In this video, we will look at building queries of events on the Devo platform. In Devo, an event is a single collection of data. All events are assigned tags to identify key characteristics and group them into virtual data tables. You can view these data tables in the data search area of Devo. When you access the data search area, the default view is the Explore Your Data tab. Notice there are three tabs. Finders, where you can see the different tag levels, Global Search, to conduct a search across data tables in Devo, and Free Text Query, to manually enter the query using link syntax. Let's start with the Finders view, the most intuitive and visual way of accessing data tables. The default view shows all the finders. However, you may not require access to all of the data tables in your domain. For this, you have the custom finders, hand-picked subsets of data tables that have been assigned to your role, or the aliased finders, created by you to access your most used searches. Once you select the final level of the tag, the search window opens, displaying the contents of the data table. In this table, we can see details on activities related to e-commerce. The information shown is vast, so let's work on narrowing down the search. First, let's set the time limits for our search. Let's say we wish to monitor how many times the platform returns an error in the selected time period. For this, we can filter the 404 status code. You can click the arrows in the column header to order the values. Type the key value to filter and click it to open the Operations over Columns window. See the filter operation is automatically selected and the requirements filled in. Here we can see every instance the platform returned a 404 status code. Now we can group the data by this column. As well as the column headers, we can perform operations using the buttons in the Operations toolbar. Click the group icon to group the data, choose the period, and select the columns to group by. Finally, we can use the aggregation operation to add a counter for how many times the error was returned at the given timestamp. All of the steps we have taken are stored as breadcrumbs at the top of the data table. Click 1 to see the state of the search at that point without losing your work. We also have a graphical representation with each node representing each step. Any change made is reflected and stored here, meaning you can move throughout the different branches to see the various queries. The operations we have used have equivalent link language. We can go back to the data search area and use link to write a free text query, instead of using the tags in the finders area. Click Run to open the search. The search is represented by a name, which we can customize and mark as favorite to make it easy to come back to once we close the search. Notice we have both tables still open, even though we left the data table view. This is because the searches remain open until closed by you. If we go back to the data search view, we can see it appear in My Favorite Searches, but we could also retrieve it from the Search History tab, where we can find a breakdown of all our previous searches. Finally, in the Global Search tab, you can enter a value you wish to search and define exactly in which tables to conduct it, making for a more streamlined access to required data. As you have seen, building complex, sophisticated searches has never been easier with the data search view. Thank you for watching. Visit us online to keep up to date with the latest content.